Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm making a short bank video. I've never made one before and people have been asking me to see it. I showed my bank a lot in the one bill series, but I haven't really recently. So I figured why not make a bank video. I've cleared it up quite a bit recently, so it's pretty small at the moment, but yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. It should be pretty quick. Alright, so starting off with our first tab, we got our cash right now, and we also collect vials. We're almost 10 mil vials, so that's pretty cool once that gets into the green stack. And we got our tackle as well, and also this is buckets of sand. I get them daily delivered automatically by Bert because of the elite, so I figured why not collect those as well. Then I also got all my diary stuff right here. It's really nice having it in the first tab, really accessible. And same with the runes. Obviously you're going to be using runes all the time, so I just have them all right here in the first tab because I'm always using them. I got the Rune Pouches and pretty much all the bags that I need, like the Rune Pouch, which I don't even use this bag, but it just, I don't know, it goes with all these. Got a looting bag as well and the coal bag. And I also just keep my pickaxe and my dragon axe in here. I use this stuff for DKs whenever I go there. The pet rock just gets me in the room. You don't really need that for DKs. You could bring a friend, but it's easier just using the pet rock in my opinion. And also in the first tab, I got myself the magic butterfly nut and the jar generator for if I ever see a dragon impling flying around. I have the sled in here. I didn't really know where to put the sled in my other tab, so I just figured I'd put it right here. This is for hard clues. And here's my Grigri. I only have one Grigri, and this is the one. It's the Krut Grigri from Monkey Madness 2. And obviously you guys could see the bank total. It's 807 mil. It's gone down since I started maxing because I started buying some of the Bible skills. But let's go ahead and jump into the second tab. It's our teleports. It's really nice, actually one of my favorite tabs. I use this all the time, obviously, just for teleporting around. But I have pretty much a bunch of Slayer rings, dueling rings, game necklaces, the glories, skilling, and so on and so forth. You guys know what this stuff is. These are teleport crystals. For those who don't know what it is, teleports you to the elf area. There's a city out there that it teleports you to. But then I just got a few of these teleportation scrolls. I don't really use all these that much, but I just have a few that I use, which I have the Narda ones, but I already have this one right here, so I don't really need those, but I should probably get rid of those. But then I also have Dorgish Khan spears and some Goblin Village spears. These are also really nice. I made these a long time ago. I think I made just like 500 of these and 200 of these. And then we got the Royal Seed Pod, which is really nice for getting to the Grand Tree. That's unlimited teleports. You get that from Monkey Madness 2. These don't teleport you anywhere, but they charge the Dragonstone jewelry. I actually bought these a long time ago when they were like, let's see, right when Master Clues came out. They were really expensive, but then a bunch of people started doing clues, and then they got really cheap. They got to like 400 each, and I bought a bunch of them. Now they're like 1.6k each. But yeah, with this amount of jewelry scrolls and, this many glories, I don't think I'll ever have to, not have a charge glory again. But then up here, I have the tabs. I got some Barrows tabs and some West Ardoin tabs. These are for clue scrolls. I use these a lot. And then obviously just the Relica tab, the Trollheim tab. Got some Remington, Yanil, Palvanich, and some Brimhaven. Then just a few of the wilderness tabs. These get me out to the wilderness, so that's pretty nice as well. And then obviously the house tabs. I use these all the time. But let's go ahead and move on to the supply tab. We got some staminas right now. We got Antidote, Sandfuse Serum. We got some Super Restores. We actually have 5,000 of those. We got some Brews. We got almost 700 of those. Almost 350 Super Combat. We got Super Attack and Super Strength. That's for when I'm doing Slayer and I don't want to just use a bunch of Super Combats because Super Combats are really expensive. So if I'm just, laid back and doing some Slayer, I'll just take these two. But then we also got some Ranging Potions and some Extended Super Fire. I'm sorry, Extended Anti-Fire. I don't know why I said Super Fire. But then we got ourselves some food. We got some Anglerfish, 1.3k. We got some Sharks. We got 6k Sharks. We got almost 2k Quambams. 300 monkfish. That's just food that if I'm at a bank and I have low health, I'll just eat monkfish. And then we also got our Bones to Peaches for if we ever go to like Bandos or something. Alright, we're going to go ahead and skip the main tab and we'll jump into the farming tab right now. First thing in here, we get ourselves some watermelons. We got 101k watermelons. Actually, my friend Paxa made those. He planted them all and harvested them all and gave them to me. So shout out to him. That's actually pretty cool. But then we also got some Calquats and some Poison Ivy berries. I still plant those, hoping I can get the pet one day. And obviously I still plant Snapdragon seeds, so that's why I have these and some Snapdragons right here. Got a bunch of Lizard Man Fangs, that's just for charging this. and some Draenor Manor teleports and Belladonna seeds. I do these as well. So I got some, you know, Cave Nightshades right here, and then I make them into super strong poison. And my 5th tab is easily my most messed up tab. It's kind of that room in it's like that freaking closet in your house that you throw all your crap into when people come over, so they think that you live clean. And then there's 100k gold ore in here. Got 150k oak planks, 4k redwood logs, a bunch of feathers. These are actually the amount of feathers that I need for 99 fletching. I don't have all the mithril darts bought yet, but that's going to be really nice once they're done. And then I could just sit, when I'm doing hunter, I'll just make all the darts. I got the golden nuggets, just a bunch of random stuff in here. As you can see, it's like I said, it's not organized at all. It's just kind of the random stuff. But then my next tab is my skill cape tab. I like looking at it. It looks pretty cool, but like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory as well. And this is in the order that I got all the capes in. I think I mentioned that last video. And then my last tab, I just emptied it recently, but it's my corp tab. These are like pretty much all the loots you can get from corp. On to the last tab, the one that everybody's been waiting for. Let's go ahead and go to it. This one's pretty juicy, I'm not gonna lie. And it's pretty organized as well, except once it gets to the bottom, it starts getting a little cluttered. So starting at the top, we got ourselves a black Slayer mask, the Dragon Defender, Barrow's Gloves, and the cannon, which actually this should be switched over here. The helmet net's not, that's whenever I go like PKing or something, I just have this in here as well. Guthix capes, like I said, I use those for PKing as well. And the fire capes, obviously that's the best in slot melee cape, so, you know, pretty much everybody has one of those. The Holy Wrench, Bone Crusher, Herb Sack, Gem Sack, and the Soul Bearer. I don't really use the Soul Bearer anymore, but it's just kind of one of those items that, it's a completionist item, I guess you could say. And here's the God Sword set. I actually have a Zamrock God Sword. It's in a hidey hole right now. I actually have a Bandos God Sword in a hidey hole as well. So I have 2 Bandos God Swords. But I did end up selling the Saradomin one because it started plummeting in price. And I still have an AGS as well. But we also have a Zamrock Spear for Corp, and we have a Hosta for everything else. We have an Abyssal Tentacle and the Abyssal Volcano Whip. Dragon Warhammer, that's obviously a must. We got an Arclight, a Staff of the Dead, a Trident of the Swamp, and a Crystal Halberd. And a Dark Bow. I don't really ever use a Dark Bow, but I just have one just because. Rune Crossbow, I sold my ACB once it started going down as well. I stopped doing raids for a little bit because I was skilling. But I'm planning on doing some PVMing again soon, so I might have to get my hands on one again. And we also have a Toxic Blowpipe. Obviously, everybody wants one of those. But we got Lord of the Rings right here. We have all the rings in game except the Ring of the Gods. I don't really care about that ring because the Ring of Suffering is much better than that one. But if we're going down the list, we got the Berserker, the Warrior, the Archer, the Seers, the Treasonous, and the Tyrannical. That one's actually pretty nice for Corp. And the Ring of Suffering. We also have a Tormented Bracelet. Let's go down a little bit. We got a Malediction Ward, the Odium Ward, the Crystal Shield. I don't really ever use the Crystal Shield, but it just looks good in the bank right now. We got a Dragonfire, a Fury with an ornament kit on it, a Occult with an ornament kit, a Necklace of Anguish, and a Torture with an ornament kit. I don't know, I just like putting the ornament kits on my necklaces. They look nice. And I also got myself a few Barrow sets. I got the Darox here, I got some Verax, got some Carols, Guthins. Here's the Void set. And here's like my mage setup, so I pretty much come down here and just kind of grab all these out. I mean, it's just really nice having them in order, and I have that same thing with range and melee. But then I also have my, you know, obviously got my range setup here, and then my melee setup right here. Then if you go down just a little bit, we got ourselves a fighter hat. I got that for Corp, so I have more accuracy when I'm trying to spec. Then I also got my Proselyte because I use that on Slayer tasks if I'm using Prayer. Got the Fighter Torso. You need that for Master Clues, so I'm keeping that. And obviously we're here at the Jordans now. We got the Internal, the Pegasians, and the Primordial. We got the Holy Sandals, the Bandos Boots, and the Flippers, which I'm going to take these out and put them on because they're freaking awesome. But then we also got the Spectral and the Arcane right here. We don't have them in-game, but... which I actually had a Spectral, and then I lent it to a friend, and he never showed back up in-game. So, yeah, that sucks. He actually took a lot more than just a Spectral, but... anyway, so we got a Amulet of the Damned. I can't sell that because I've already used a couple charges on it, so it's just sitting in here now. And we got some Ancient Shards, and that's where I put the totems as well. But I also put my bolts in here, so I got the ruby bolts and the diamond bolts. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the bank video. I hope you guys liked it. But yeah, I'll just end it right there, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.